Hello, and this is Gemma from A Crafty Little Gem. Thank you for joining me today. We are on November Christmas card, and this is a little one that I have come up with with a little bit of embossing and stamping on the actual card. We are using the Trucking Along. So we've got the stamp and the punch and the bricks and mortar embossing folder, and we are going to actually today, I keep moving that and I don't need to, we are going to actually start with the miniature box that we can make for it. So I have got a few pieces of cardstock out. That is for us to cut the layer for the bricks and mortar to emboss on. So this one I haven't decorated up, so we're going to do everything together on this one. But for our slimline card, we need the extendable arm out. We need the bottom of the box to measure 5.5 by 7.5. So along the 11 3/4 side, I'm going to cut at 5.5. I'm going to turn and I'm going to cut at 7.5. And remember, the bit that we need to save is always the bit that's kept in the trimmer. I'm then going to move my cutter out of the way, and we are going to score on all 4 sides at 1 1/4. So I'm actually going to use this side here. You can use this side if you want to, but I'm going to use, and the 1 1/4 is just there. So as well, we don't need to keep going up and down with the score lines on this one. It's just one way will be absolutely fine. So all I've done is turn the card to this and scored it on every side, and that is the base. We can pop that out of the way. We need a lid. So this measures 7 1/16 by 5 1/16. So I am going to, on the long side, which is the 8 1/4, I'm going to cut this one at 7 1/16. We have our 7 here, and literally the next little notch to the left is a 1/16 of an inch, and that's what I'm cutting off for that. I'm going to turn and I'm going to do the same. So there is our 5. We need this to be 5 1/16. So there is our 5, and it's one little notch to the left. And this is our lid. Again, this is the bit we're working on, so this is the bit we're saving. We need to score on all 4 sides at 1 inch. So there is our 1 inch. Move the trimmer out of the way. And 1 inch on all 4 sides. So that's nice and easy. So while we're here, we are going to make a card as well. The card measures 9.5 by 2 5/8. So that 2 5/8 is, you go to your 2.5 and it's 2 little notches to the left extra. And on this one, we are going to score on the 9.5 side at 4 3/4. Is it? Yeah, 4 3/4. I've got it. We're going to put that in a different direction. We need our layer that we're going to emboss. Now this measures 4 5/8 by 2.5. I've already cut that one, so that one is going out of the way. There will be some more cutting for the layers of the box, but we can deal with that when we come to it. We are going to fold and burnish on all of our score lines. So that one, it is only 1 inch deep, so that is the lid. This is the base, so we have a deeper one so we can fit our cards in. And I've been putting 6 cards in each box, and I've been doing some embossing, and it seems to have got everywhere. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a pair of scissors and some adhesive, and with the long section across the bottom, I'm just going to cut up that score line And I'm just going to take a little wedge out of that corner, and I've again up that score line and taking a little bit from that corner. I'm changing my scissors, they've got a dodgy end bit, so we'll be using these. I'm going to turn it and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Oh, that's better. And again on the long side we're just cutting up that score line and removing. I'm going to have to cut that off now. I've just caught my scissors with that end. We're going to do the same thing on here, so I'll just bring it up and we're just taking a very small wedge out of each section. Like so. And we're going to start with the base. We're going to fold these in and add some adhesive on there and bring them up and in. And again, with the adhesive, we do not need to have a lot. Otherwise, sometimes it can work against itself. Just going to bring them in and making sure this is flat at the top and they are straight here. And we've got our wedge bit down at the bottom if we need to move it a bit. With this one, I'm going to pop a little bit of adhesive on both sides because they're both in. And I'm going to bring them so they are in line with this score line here and this score line here. And again, they're flat at the top. Get your bone folder in and secure those into place. And we're going to do exactly the same with the bottom. You can pop the lid on to make sure it definitely fits, but we've given it that 1/16 extra, so we shouldn't have a problem anyway. And I'm just going to bring those up again to that corner. Like so. This side, bring that up. Again, they're straight across this top bit. I don't know if you can see that. They're straight across here. Tuck them two side panels in. A little bit of adhesive on both sides. And bring that up to this corner here and this corner here. And again, they are both flat on the top. Bring in your bone folder just to push down and secure those into place a little bit more. And then the lid should fit nice and snug. So there we go. That's the lid. And we're going to get on and decorate this top bit. So I'm just going to move those out of the way, and we need to cut a piece slightly smaller than what our lid is. So I have got my T-ruler. So this one measures 5 1/8 across, so I'm going to cut it to 5, and downwards it measures 3 1/8, so I'm going to cut it to 3. So we want 5 by 3. So we'll bring the trimmer in. We will cut it on the long side at 5, and we will cut it on the short side at 3. I'm just going to check. Take a little bit more off there because it looks a bit uneven. There we go. So that can now go out of the way. And if we bring our top piece in, we have got a very slight, if it'll focus, piece around the edge. So we're going to bring this piece in and this piece. We are going to fold and burnish our card front, and basically what we're going to be doing is exactly the same to both pieces to decorate it up. We're going to go in with some pecan pie. This is going to be the little road bit at the bottom. We need where is it? We need this one here. So let's just find that. That's that bit. I've done all of the other stamping bits already. And we will see if we can get it on this smaller one. There we go. Line it up, get it on your block, and we're aiming for sort of like 1/2 inch up and in the middle. And I'm just going to check to one side that's what I want, and it is. So just eyeballing, and there we go. And on this piece here we're going to do exactly the same. We're just going to eyeball and we're going to stamp. So the pecan pie can go away. And then what we're going to do with these is we are going to be embossing them. So we'll just get rid of, clean the stamp off and pop that away. And we are going to come in with our embossing folder. So this is a 3D embossing folder. It will have to be done one at a time, and you obviously want the bricks going. Oh no, I can get 2 on. I can get both on. So when you're doing a card, you could easily get 2 on anyway, but we are actually going to emboss those. I have got my embossing machine over to the left, and with this being a 3D embosser, it tells me here that I need plate 1, which is this one, and plate 4, which is this one, and I'm going to put my embossing folder with the fold like that through the machine. So that has been done, and we'll open it up and you can see all the fabulous texture there on both of those. It really is effective. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start building little bits up, and I have already gone ahead and prepped up the little toppers. So it just depends on what we actually want. And luckily enough, I've done 2. So I've done the truck first, and then all of the little bits come separate. So like this. And what else have we done? Oh, we've got a truck here that I can show you. And another one here. So we could put, shall we do another tree? What have I done? Let me just see what I've done in here. 2, 3. I've done 3 with the presents. I've done 2 with the tree. So we'll do another tree. So we'll get those out of the way. And all I have done is I've stamped and punched the truck. I'm then going to turn the truck over, and just on this back bit, lay a very thin layer of glue. I'm then just going to get my little board that covers the back bit up slightly, and then I'm going to go in again very carefully with a little bit more glue on top of the bit we've just done, and I'm actually going to put my tree in that bit there, like so. So that is our tree on the back of our truck. And I think I may as well use this one for the top here as well. So in the set as well, we have some little trees. I have fussy cut these, and we will need 3 for each one. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. I might have the top one that just has 2, because I do need one. There we go. I do need one for another card, I do believe. Do I? No. We'll have another tree. There we go. Right, so now it's just decorating up, and I'm just going to bring in some dimensionals, and I'm actually going to start decorating them flat while they are like this. So what I want first is my trucks down, and then I can pop my trees around where the trucks have been popped. So we're going to have them going up. I need my scissors to cut some of these because they're a bit long. So I'm actually making sure that that's going to get a second coat of attachment where everything is joined on to the back of the truck. And then I'm just laying one straight across there. So I've popped 2 to make sure they're going to stay. And the truck is going to go on the middle like so. We're going to do a topper for the box at the same time. And that's going to go again in the middle. These are nice and quick and easy once you've got everything prepped up. We're going to go in with the trees, and these are flat. So I have popped one either side of the truck for the card, and I'll probably do the same. There we go, one there. If I can get one poked in behind there, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to pop foam on the back of here as well, if I can get some off, because we're going to have those stood up as well. So I'm just going to pop 3 on, take the backs off them. Make sure we have our fold to the left hand side and aim for the middle. And there is our very nice and simple and clean card. So that goes with those there. We've now got the trees on here. So again, yes, I'm going to have them at the bottom. One either side of the truck, and then we can have one just coming out from the back of there, hiding that base. Again, we're going to turn it over. We're going to get some of the strips. And with this being the top, I am just going to have some on these edges as well. And then 2 more in the middle. Pull that off, bring our box in. We're having it that way, so make sure we've still got our slight gap round the outside, and there we go for our little box. So now, where's the lid to my glue? So I have done all of the envelopes that I need. I just need to add one more, if I can find it. There we go. That's one more little envelope. They will sit in the bottom of there, and then I'm gonna have a present, a tree, a present, a tree, a present, and another tree. And that's the lid for your box, and they all fit in, even though they're quite dimensional. They all fit in, and it looks just really nice and simple. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for keep watching, and I shall see you next time. If you've enjoyed what you like, if you've liked what you've seen, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I shall see you for the next one. Bye bye for now.